The day the House of Assembly of Rivers State, the government of Rivers State will take entertainment as a priority, the ones wey don comot for Rivers State say go come back. I'm one of the few persons that fought to make comedy stabilize in this state when every huge big name were relocating from here to Lagos. If people like myself relocated, comedy in this state would have died to some extent. You should give us the kudos and the credits and the flowers as comedians who have kept entertainment going in Rivers State. We have tried, we've paid our dues, man. If I tell you what we don't go through to make sure, say, entertainment still they try for Rivers State. When was the last time Rivers State recorded a hit track in music in Rivers State? When was the last time? There's a way a city will treat you. Even if you are not an indigenous of that city, you will market for that city. That's why Lagos, Lekki, water won't keep them now. That's what I'm telling you. They call the center of excellence here. They're suffering it now is their demerit when it comes to where to survive as per their accommodations. They have a Lekki flood, they kill them. People too much for the place. Is it not shameful that in a country of 36 states, only one state? Only one. That's why they're too greedy. How many states get MTV or Hit TV or name those entertainment channels? How many cities have them as branches? Keep your headquarters for Lagos. Just bring branch from Warri or Port Harcourt or Bayelsa or Sokoto or somewhere. See whether your Lagos not be empty. May see talent, may shock. And then when you go to the Lagos and they make you feel like you just become, you need to suffer for 4 years or 10 years before you make it. Guy, you God.
Okay, now the red cup is here already. Now, I know it's going to be another very interesting one right here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it is Beyond the Bricks on Eastern Showcase. You know what time it is already. And I'm called VJ Fresh, the inimitable, the only kind in mankind. Yes, civil shelters insist that this podcast must continue to the extremities of the earth. Let's hear stories. Let's tell stories. Let's uplift you. Let's inspire you. And make your life beautiful. That sounds nice, right? How you doing, my co-host?
That's why I get close to you.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's Architect Ifeanyi. Just in case you don't know, he's always here to dissect issues. And guess what? The Prince of Comedy is here. The conformer of great affairs when it comes to comical affairs in River State. Man, they talk my way small. Okay. No, Nigeria, because that matter has West Africa. What am I even saying, Rivers State? Am I okay? The prince is here. Prince Hezekiah. You know him to be so many things, but for me, I know Prince Hezekiah. You know that way you know. Now you sabi. The prince.
Yeah.
Why you choose to block your eye today? This thing, bless you want deal with some issues today. The way you block your eye.
You will open podcast. You know supposed to know the you know supposed to know what the podcast be. Podcast that where they talk truth now. So
yay!
Let's gossip.
And the gossip before going to be exposed right here Beyond the Bricks on this show. So you're welcome.
Beyond the Bricks.
Beyond the Bricks. Brick what?
Yeah, and past brick house. What did they worry you there?
So let's get
especially comedian. Yeah, I can speak for my industry.
Okay.
I didn't sing, but I'm a musician. No,
Prince,
I started as a musician first.
before the people get
Like
to
talk
know
about comedy with me.
you, so can you tell us a little about yourself?
Okay.
How you grew up, where you grew up?
Sorry, not a little. Tell us details about
us so
yourself
please about yourself.
from time immemorial.
Yeah. Before you began to hear
What is enough?
Ma'am, there was no time immemorial in my life. There was nothing like there was no time immemorial in my life. Okay, so I'm a Nigerian. First and foremost, I'm a Nigerian. I'm an indigenous. I'm an origin of River State. From Calabari, to be very precise, Asarito local government in River State. Born, bred, buttered, sardine and everything in Port Harcourt City. Job. I grew up in town. I schooled in Borokiri. Like, I've been virtually everywhere in Port Harcourt. In the city of Port Harcourt, I've stayed. I'm from a very humble family, right? Humble background. Poor. like we were so poor. So, poor families then in our days, you visit uncles during every holiday. You decide the uncles and aunties that you go to spend holidays with. So that took me around almost everywhere in Port Harcourt, right? If I mention, let me mention. I was born in Dube.
First.
Akokwa Street. Okay. And then we moved to Abba Street.
Okay.
Then moved, to Okozo Street, where I spent almost all the youthful years of before teenage of my life, then got to my teenage. But I stayed in town, Abuja Estate. Then it was called Abuja Estate. Now it's Abuja Down, Abuja whatever. Abuja Estate. I also stayed in where they call Ibadan Down, right? I stayed in Bundu. Like when it's called Township, Port Harcourt. Excuse me, I stayed in town. And I schooled in Borokiri, schooled in Enditona High School. I schooled in my primary school days, municipal. My primary school never exists anymore. It doesn't exist again. They don't turn out to market, and I have issues with the government for that.
It vex for them.
Maybe not that it vex for me. Why they will come on my primary school? Like at my age now, I cannot point at where I schooled. Like this was my primary school, my alma mater. I no fit. I'll dey point my school na market. People when they see market, me when I there at school, right? Even the people when they sell for the market, no say that my school be that they sell for my school, right? But that school raised even some of the people that were called huge leaders and politicians now in our society. But that's on the side.
Yeah.
Now, holiday period. Sometimes I've stayed in Ajip Estate, I've stayed in Rumomasi, I've stayed in Obunabali, I've stayed in Abonima Wharf, I've stayed in Abloma, I've stayed in Choba, I've stayed in Borokiri, where my school and Etona High School was. Like I've lived there also, right? I've stayed in Mile 4. No, then Mile 4 used to be like an extension of Duke. I've stayed in D-Line. I have lived in places in Port Harcourt where even my parents did not live.
So you're a real
Because
Port
they were
Harcourt boy.
poor. In our time. In our time.
Resound it.
In our time, man. If you come, say, I'm a Port Harcourt person, they will first ask you where. You can say Rumo. If I hear Rumo, you know Port Harcourt boy. No, let me define. Let's get that straight first.
So there are areas in Port Harcourt that confirms as a Port Harcourt boy.
Yes, because the experience differ. Now every other place developed now.
Like Job.
There's no.
Diob, Town, D-Line. If you just add Obunabali, because then they near. Do you understand? GRA, Ajip Estate. Anything aside these names, I don't call. If they born you for Rumo this, Rumo that, this, that, Oga.
Your room, right?
That time,
Even Rumokoro.
na Rumo now, is Rumo, Rumo be Rumo. So long as Rumo day. So as at then, you cannot boldly say you're a Port Harcourt person. Yes, you're a Port Harcourt person, but the experience is different because when it happened that time, it happened from these other areas I've mentioned, and then these other people now they collect the news that they receive as be that. But we thank God, change is inevitable. Times change. So people will definitely get to, adapt with different, the globe after all is a rotating, this thing. So for those of us that grew up then, when Port Harcourt was seeming to be one of those happening cities, we know how the city was. We know everybody, how you made your money. I'll be millionaire today. We know your family. We know where you come from and all that. Different from now. Now, somebody can come out and say, a billionaire is a millionaire. Who you be? I'm real estate. I'll be an engineer. I'll be content creator. I'll be this. You can say crypto. Crypto.
Do you have a problem? Do you have a problem with Do you have a problem with
Crypto,
crypto?
do you know?
The way you reacted to crypto.
Oga, who know crypto for that before?
Hey.
The crypto where? Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So, but thank God, we thank God for Nigeria. Everybody want to say that the economy is not good, no problem. Everybody want to say that the country is not good, no problem. I don't have issues with that. But it depends on how you know your country. Yeah, you're a resident in a country and you need to know the nitty-gritty, the wherewithal of how the country operates. I have sat with a man, 60-something years old man in Rivers State. When they were talking about kidnapping in Rivers State is the rivers of blood. Blah, blah, blah. The man said, I've been in this state that you say kidnapping is top notch. I've been in this state for over 50 years and I've never been kidnapped. And I'm richer than the government. Then it sounded very funny, sounded very controversial, but the man talking, saying get money past some of the government people. If you look the man, you know, believe. Was so simple, but he had everything.
Simplicity.
Now until we go to the man house, we can't believe. Very rich man, wealthy in fact. Right? But the man, he said one of the few things he said that I captured was, he said, around past 8 in the night or thereabout, you park your car somewhere very in an ungodly hour, very, very unsafe
environment.
No, not just because of the environment, like no lights, no, like the place is looking very deserted.
Okay.
And then you park there and you are making a call, and then somebody comes to waylay your phone and whatever, and you say the state is not safe. No vex. What do they do there? Because some of us need to start appreciating the society we find ourselves. Abroad, gun they legalized. For here, gun no they legalized. If they legalize gun for here, you know come out for your house. Abroad, gun they legalized, and there are places you don't just step abroad. But some of us find ourselves in the wrong place at the wrong time, or the right place at the wrong time, or wrong place at the right time, and we blame it to the state, the country. But know yourself, know your limit, know your country, know your states. Nigeria is one of the sweetest countries to live in, and one of the sweetest states.
Yes, having known much about the country, their perspective about the states and the insecurity and the security of the state, I want to go back to you. You know, we asked, who was Prince Hezekiah?
Man, he's a man.
Now you told us about the places you've stayed, what made Port Harcourt boy.
Let's repeat.
I told you I was from a poor family.
Let's start from Let's start from the Poporipo place. Now you came from a poor background. There must be something that motivated you. There must be something that made you who you are today. How did it start?
To be on the ground.
Yeah. Cheers, my bro. Cheers.
First, cheers. Yes.
I don't let my background, bro.
Pick your back for ground.
That talk touch me. True, because I've heard some people say, because I was poor, now make I go be thief. Oh God, if people tell you how then, because do you know we've produced 2 governors
from
Job, where I was born. We produced 2 governors.
Who was
governors.
Those governors?
Amechi no be Job.
Okay.
Amechi was a Job boy. Sim Fubara no be Job.
Okay.
Oh.
Sim Fubara, in fact, lived in the same state with me, the same street with me.
Oh, you still live
across the street now. That time they come out. They don't born away to come out where they do this. I was a youth chairman in my street for over 2 tenures, like over 6 years.
Okay.
Right? They're not born away to come out now. One very popular accountant in our street there. Number 51 Okozo Street. Go and verify. See this, our governor, Simlae Fobra, right?
51 Okuzu Street.
You know, our street don't get popular people well.
Actually, don't rain.
Well now. Plenty people don't get robbers, thieves. Funny, our song self now goes on now. Yes, now the song now goes on. Goes on that time. I get one thief where they kill that I've called him about no need. It's not a good example.
To the public.
No, it's not. Our street, on behalf of my street, we disown him.
Because he was a terrible
Yeah,
thief.
he was a terrible thief. But what I was trying to say is that, if these names that I've called, that have become number one citizens of the state, right, grew up from this upbringing, this background, and they made their self and their ways to these top-notch positions, it means that it's watered down, or it is narrowed down to your individual personal drive, personal decision, right? Your intentionality, okay? It has nothing to do with because your parents were poor or because we people were, no, please. See, when you wake up in the morning, look up, look around you, appreciate God for life, appreciate God for whatever you're saying, and then draw your itinerary for the day, and you know that God deserves to be appreciated for everything. No wonder he said in everything we should give him thanks, right? So because your parents poor, we begin list poor people for the country or in history. I'm sorry, government come on history. So we know if we go back to history, because this generation now, they talk about history.
See history.
This generation that has nothing to do with history. No. It was intentional for the government to remove it. I don't know if they remove it from the curriculum.
It has been removed. A lot of things. Even in the curriculum.
So what do you think is the implication? What do you think is
Why
the
they remove
implication
history?
of removing this history?
Because
Today,
Let me tell you. I know there are people who will be shocked that Hezekiah grew up in governor. Why governor not they close to him? Now they know. Because me, I know they go government. I have two brothers at the Rivers State House of Assembly. I don't go to them. I don't want to mention their names anyways, but find out. I don't go to them. It's not pride. It's me knowing that they owe my constituency, not me. You know, in Rivers State, we have people who are so what do you call it now? The people who have that personal, they like to put it to themselves as if this is their right. You know, it is very wrong when you meet somebody and you make the person feel like he owes you to help you. When you have two legs, two hands. If anybody happens to help you, man,
benevolence. Out of.
Yes. You owe our constituency, you owe us that, representation and all that. But me coming to you will make you feel as if, like you owe me personally, apart from my. So I don't go to them. So some persons will feel like, why governor no help him? No, he's not the governor of the state, not governor of Okozo Street in Duke. Do you understand? So history was removed from the curriculum, as you said, maybe because the intention was to make sure that people naturally, Nigerians eat fish anyways. Fish has omega-3 and it helps you keep your memories sharp. So if a lot of Nigerians doesn't eat fish and then they have now removed history, we are finished, man. This generation, they are finished. What do you want to remember? Apart from what the pastor preach for church, and what the imam tell you for mosque. The implication is that they don't want you to remember where. Okay, let me ask the both of you. Do you know that the late Ken Saro-Wiwa was a writer and he was an actor? That is to say, he was in our entertainment industry before activism caught up with him. Sarewa wey dey hear, wey popular Ogoni man, popular Sarewa from everywhere in the world. I don't want to talk about the activism and what led to his death, right? But history has it that this man wrote some plays. Play, where they act for theater. Play books. For crap. Books in his shelves, right? He acted, which means he was talented. So at what point did activism caught up with him? And some of this generation don't know. If you hear let Sarewa, they say, those were great fighters. Not be fighter. He came from somewhere. History will teach you all that. Before I started comedy, I delve into research and discovery. When I came into the industry, I met some names, people like late, may God bless his soul, Michael Ogbolosinya, Michael Ogolo, Julius Ago. I'm talking every name I want to call now. Listen, they were all Port Harcourt people. Francis Duru, comedians, Julius Ago, Basoj Taria Jr., Oke Bakassi, Obama, like people I met, David Sikpa, Michael Ogolo. I've mentioned Michael Ogolo, right? And all that. Then I went back to read about the people that were there before them, that were in existence, before people like Bomere Kosima and the rest. And I discovered that there was a certain time when Rivers State was ruling Nigeria when it comes to entertainment. In my research, there was a time when Alfred Detter's Spiff Sports Complex, Moscow Road Civic Center, was hosting people like Fela, Majek Fachek. Now we get talent, I don't get development. Bring MTV here. Bring all the national television stations here, media stations here. And see the difference. But for crying out loud, we're here. What we need to do is to put up our pieces together and hustle and make sure that we and we're still trying to portray what we have. Burna Boy left Rivers State, became a global star. It was not as fairy as it sounds. The story goes on and on and on. But today, comedians will just, and then they tell you that they are made without research. So history has a big role to play in our system, not just as a comedian. I can speak for my industry and for myself, not just for our industry. As a politician, there are politicians I see on social media that type with they don't even have idea how the political, scene, how it operates. And they all type and then banter and all that. And go deep within, you find out that some of the things that they have been defending, few months afterwards, they switch over. Because they don't know the history of where they're coming to defend.
Yeah.
You get? So history has a lot of... Even church! I don't know how I shock you.
Tell us, what you do?
Let's go there. Let's go.
That is truth now. Somebody can grow from being an usher to being a prayer band leader. Before you know, they can make them department Genicon. Before you know, they make them deacon. Before you know, they make him assistant, one of the ministers. No, start for one of the ministers. I'm talking about as a church boy, right? Before you know, they make him one of the assistant pastors. And then top assistant pastor. Before you know, he becomes assistant to Gio. Before you know, the Lord will just call him. That time when he won't become the Gio, the Lord. Now, our Lord, they call Lord, call him to open his own. Then before you know, the Lord will now call him. And the Lord did not call down, let's say, like our church now, Winners Chapel, Living Faith Church. Rivers, our diocese now is at D-Line, right? It's Excuse me. Now, from there, when the Lord call him, the Lord will not call him to like GRA diocese or another part of D-line diocese. The Lord will not call him to Bundu Waterside to open his own ministry and start from there. The Lord we been there D-line that diocese, that fine cathedral, call you, come carry go Basha. Why the Lord go behave like why would the Lord behave like that? You can't go that Basha. You can't tell the people that the Lord says you start from here. You be Noah. Like I don't understand. Because you don't know the history of that ministry, how it started. You don't know. You don't even want to know, in fact, because you didn't follow up. And all of a sudden, from that place, the Lord call him. Before you know, like that, you fight, struggle. If it happens, good. If it not happen, before you know, they don't use that in place. And then you now see him, when the Lord call to come up from that diocese. Because they use that in one place where Lord call him, when claim, as a satellite church and that church crusade. Praise the Lord.
So now, having illustrate what history has done against the people, it can be said that the removal of history from our curriculum has done a great disservice to Nigerians.
Serious disservice. Serious disservice, yeah. Because our youths, right, may not know where they're coming from. And they will definitely not know where they're going to. History is like the foundation of this building that we find ourselves now. Without history, you don't know what you're doing.
With the lack of history, how did you now come to this limelight as Prince Hezekiah?
I don't lack history. I never lacked it.
So in other words,
I came into the industry and I found out that one of the basic things here in our time, we don't joke with research. A lot of things that made us what we are, don't forget that we made our name when there was no social media. That's why we're still thick. You might think Rivers State is small because you find yourself in Port Harcourt. Okay, Rivers State is so big. Rivers State is big. There are places that I'll take you to in some local governments. Some. And you ask yourself, is this Rivers State? Rivers State is very big. But now, we're not talking about Rivers State. We're in a digital era now. We're talking about the global world, right? Because whatever you put on social media goes global, right? And in our time, there was no social media where you find someone sitting at home in the comfort of his house and then make or cook up a content and it goes global. It doesn't happen like that then. It was not that easy. And then we made it then. And it was so expedient as at that time to embark on research. Then we don't call it history because history is a norm. You must have history. But then we don't call it history, it's research. You need to go find out, okay, I want to be a banker, for example. Okay, in this banking industry, who is the top? Who is making it? How did it start? What was the motivational factor to bring about banking that is different from Akao and house-to-house contribution and all that and all that? You find all that so that when you come out to speak, you don't fumble. I've been in a place recently where people speak and people ask, the entertainer with this. You know, I don't know how to put it so that people don't say I'm sounding religious, but for crying out loud, once you find yourself in entertainment, you automatically you're a role model because people are seated and then you're standing alone. They're looking up to you. So you should come even if not 100%, you come very prepared and well equipped. You should be knowledgeable. You should do your research. And history is one of those things. If you don't know about the history of your industry, how do you now mentor people who look up to you? Because now it's not difficult for people to call you legend. Immediately you get money. If you like, just start yesterday. If you get money today, the legend, our king. Baba, if they suck your money, come out.
They'll forget you.
Are you a legend again? Are you a legend again? You're no longer a legend now. Our governor, similar Efubra now. The people that were hailing him, as at that time,
Our governor.
if they had, sat down with him to discuss some political history, I want to speak my personal opinion. Of course. Because everybody that knows me knows that nothing concerns me concerns politics. But I think why some of the things went the way they went is because some of them did not, tell him that, okay, Oga, see where the history do, see where the map do. If you do like this, see how it go be, see how it go be. And at the end of the day, after that era of primary election, we cannot pretend that we didn't see what happened in Rivers State. We're all residents of Rivers State. I was so shocked and disdained. Some persons came out who we knew that were made through this guy, and they were lambasting him on social media. The same people. And politics, one of the reasons why I don't like this politics thing is because it be like the way you start politics, they will say, make come out shame. They'll tell you, say, come to somewhere, I don't know, maybe we need to know when they do it. We only see where they swear them in. We need to see where they do it for midnight. They say, bath this water and it will wash away shame from your eye. Because somebody will come out today, say, I am this, I am that, I back this person up, I do like this. The next day, you'll be shocked. You just wake up from sleep. This person is saying directly opposite what the person said. If that's politics, then politics is dishonorable. But I don't think that's what politics that I read about stands for. And they were cursing this man. Hey, I feel bad for him. I tell you the truth. Like they were telling him he's a disgrace. He couldn't stand as a man. This, that, guy. If you know the history of politics, you're supposed to know, say, politics now, no permanent friend, no permanent enemy, no this, no that. So what do you? He only realign with another place.
Based on
as long as I am concerned, if on a fight kill on ourselves and then at the end of it on a settle and the thing will make the state move forward because we as entertainers, we've not benefited enough from them. We've not. Maybe stipends, maybe few. We've not. Go to other states and you will be ashamed of being a Rivers indigene and will be treasure base of the nation. We've not. Have you ever heard that they have a ministry for entertainment in Rivers State? No, never. Have you ever heard before in Rivers State, in the history of Rivers State, that they said Rivers State has a commissioner for entertainment? They have it in some states. Do your research. They have it.
Imo State had it. Commissioner for Entertainment.
They have in Delta State. I don't want to mention states anyway. If we mention like 16, 17 to 20 states in this federation. But Rivers State has never thought of that. And then when you go back to think of the budgeting, when it comes to creative industry, or do they even budget for creative industry? Entertainment, no, not even entertainment. Youths. Apart from Wida who gives you budget, which is not expensive. Who did they budget for youths? But they forget that if today Rivers State is in the global map, it's not because of Amechi and Wike fights. It's not because of Siminalayi Fobara and Wike fights. It's because we have a son who did not detribalize himself or deny himself and decided to align himself with, knowing too well that yes, he stayed some period of time here, but he made it outside the shores of this state and decided to say, okay, I pinpoint my success to my father's city.
Who was that?
Burna Boy now. Who else now? Who put us on Globe now? Who put us on international Globe now?
I think the World Cup too.
Who now?
Performed at
He will perform at the finals. Halftime. He will perform at the halftime. So think about that. I think you go claim, say, I want that boy, you now I own no, you go claim up. But how many budgeting in the past how many years? How many budgeting have they made to favor entertainers in Rivers State? Do you know that? Let me say this clearly. This is a podcast, and thank God, this is one of my first podcasts ever, right? So I will speak my mind. A lot of people think I don't come out to talk because social media and like, oh, fine, good, no problem. Do you know that entertainment is made up of people using people? It's either somebody is using you or you are using somebody, or the both of you are using each other. Yes. Somebody is using you. That one are your guy. That one, they tell you, say, let me give you a platform to shine. And you're not getting anything because fame must come with fortune. Don't be deceived. Fame must come with fortune. It doesn't matter how it ends, but it has to come with fortune. Because if you're celebrated, which is that clause where they say celebrity, if you're celebrated, people expect a lot. The expectation is high. You go abroad now, for instance. I've traveled, shout out to Grafton Entertainment. I've traveled to the UK twice, and all the shows I've gone to, it's not the normal shows that we see now in comedy industry. If you Google African Comedy Festival, I did that in 2014, yeah? I did 2012 at Birmingham. I did 2014 at the London. And for crying out loud, those are huge platforms. So as long as I'm concerned, as at then, it was seeming to me like, oh boy, see platform, I don't make them. But with that particular experience fall under the category of somebody using you. Because you may have that huge platform, make the name, you don't get the money. If you don't know your way out of that way to make yourself, they will laugh you tomorrow. With all the name we make, with all the way the money, we ain't help. Baba, you don't know what that guy they go through. Do you understand? So that's someone using you. Then you using somebody. That one said follow. That one it has to do with, okay, this person, they work for her, but the person don't know himself. That one basically works when in the areas of record label. You know, artists where maybe the person will be the person sign you, no know in left from in right, and then you don't shine. You know the business well. The person don't know you the left from right, and they use them. That's you using the person. Right? Then maybe we use each other. That's the safest part where I think entertainment would have been so settled if everybody told that line. Because that's the word collaboration. When you hear entertainers talking about collaboration, now make we use each other. You get, I get. It doesn't matter the percentage, whether it's 70-30, 60-40, 50-50, but let's put heads together. That's why you see that some of the biggest hits in music na collaboration. And you hear all those adage of when plenty hand clap, that music they sweet. Now plenty hand they make, when rice plenty, now they make pots. All those talk is collaboration. We use each other. You use me, I use you. And it's the safest part of entertainment. So there are three ways to it. Yeah. Someone use you, you use the person, or I use each other. Right? But this part of the country, we have always been in the situation of they have been using us, Oga. They have been using us.
So that's like one of the biggest challenges we have.
Oga, they have been using us. How? They have been using us. 95% of the youths in this state, or River State, have talent.
They are talking about.
Don't be deceived. Even the ones that say they are cultists, they have talent.
Let me come in. Talking about the usage of talents, we discover that if talents does not leave Port Harcourt City, to Lagos or to another place, they don't succeed. Example, Timaya.
Maybe that.
Another one is
Better
Burna
Facts.
Boy.
Kamali is there.
Duncan Mighty. Then you have a lot of, talents that sang some song that was eating all over the country.
There's no over there.
And that was
We're talking about music, yeah?
Yeah. Let's start
Just
with music. Yeah.
Okay, you want to start? Or are you
Let's
talking
start
about
with music. We'll go into comedy.
No, now we want need to
They are-
know,
they are
are you
all-
starting or
Let's start with music.
No start. Because if you start, go get where you go end. Where are we based on? Now music. Are you talking about music?
Music and comedy.
And
Comedy.
then you remove comedy from it because comedians have made it from here without relocating. Kudos to Soka. Where my flower? Man, I give my flower because I'm one of the few persons that fought. I'm one of the few persons that fought to make comedy stabilize in this state when every huge big names were relocating from here to Lagos. If people like myself relocated, comedy in this state would have died to some extent. I make both to say, challenge me anywhere. I became an enemy of Lagos at a point. Let's not get it wrong. Lagos is the headquarter of, they call the center of excellence, yeah? They're suffering it now is their demerit when it comes to where to survive as per their accommodations. They have a Lekki flood, they kill them. People too much for the place. We have 36. Is it not shameful that in a country of 36 states, only one state?
You carry that kind of, right?
Think I'm now. Only one. Them saying they're too greedy. Headquarter of everything are there. Headquarter of every media station are there. Everybody go, come on. Somebody fresh now. I've known him for years. Do you know that people that came after Presh in the media as presenters, as OAPs, as media personnel are bigger than him now as we speak? That some of them have big names that I can point. If I call some of them, they go shock you because I'm an OG. Come on, I've been there. I'm going close to, man, I don't mention the years, but I approach my 30s in the industry. So now, somebody like Presh now, because he was in Rivers State, or is in one of the states of Nigeria, you can't tag him as a successful person. That's why I ask you, comedy or just music? You should give us the kudos and the credits and the flowers as comedians who have kept entertainment going in Rivers State. We have tried. We've paid our dues, man. We've paid our dues. If I tell you what we don't go through to make sure, say, entertainment see they thrive for Rivers State. When was the last time Rivers State recorded a hit track in music in Rivers State? When was the last time? Which year? I can tell you the last time we recorded the hit track of a comedy show. What you mean hit track of a comedy show? Because for crying out loud, one of my younger brothers that I love so much, right, is from Port Harcourt. He went to Lagos, he made it. He came back here. For whatever inspiration, whatever advice that they gave to him, I don't know, whatever he saw. But for the love that he has for his city, he's here, he's based here. He goes over to Lagos to do his thing and he's here. And he has raised stars. He has grown empires. As long as River State comedy is concerned.
Yeah.
Sabinus now, who else?
Okay.
Who else now? If you're not proud of people like Sabinus, then you be wish now. Do you get? In fact, that boy is so crazy.
He's one of the leading talents in Nigeria.
Yes, because
That's what I'm telling you. That boy is so crazy. At the point, I took time to think about this guy's craft, and I was like, okay, forget about the acting, forget about the concept and the niche. You know, this guy went as far as creating a brand for River State that I don't know how few or the huge number of people who know about the brand he created. That blue he wears is our color. It's River's color. Do you know? That's our River's brand color now.
And nobody have thought about that.
You know, now my industry. Now I'm going to tell you about my industry. Now I be OG for the business. I'm going to tell you. So I'm trying to tell you that comedy has tried when it comes to music. As good as Duncan Mighty is, the first artist in Nigeria, if not Africa, that has done a 24-track, a 22-track album, and all the tracks are hits from Port Harcourt many years back. Duncan still had to, like, they lured him until he went to Lagos. They lured him because they will make you feel like, okay, they told me now. I have issues with a lot of Lagos comedians because when we were doing Canny Reef, Hezekiah Stadium, the capacity there is 16,000 seaters based on the side wave, right? The side waves of the seating arrangement. If you go to Canny Reef, then the seats will be filled up. 16,000 will be filled up. Then the field itself will be filled up. That's over 20,000. Yeah. Then, and we're performing on those platforms, and they will call your name, Prince Hezekiah, and then you hear echoes and roars of hailings. And people like Basketmouth, people like Gordons, people like you hear names of people that will tell you that, oh boy, don't big pass this town, no, relocate to Lagos. What does that tell you? Let me tell you that there are some things people don't understand. There's a way a city will treat you. Even if you are not an indigenous of that city, you will market for that city. That's why Lagos, Lekki, water won't kill them now. That's what I'm telling you. Gordons is not, he didn't even start up as a Lagos indigenous. Basketmouth, they was born in Ajegule. Good. But he schooled in Benin. Right? If he markets Lagos, you will say, okay, because I'm born out for there. Gordons. Agoda wasn't born in Lagos. That was one of my favorite comedians that have worked with for like many years. Was Julius Ago born in Lagos? Now, Rivers, they don't market Lagos one way or the other. Come to Lagos. Even you hear a Rivers entertainer telling a Rivers entertainer, if you feel say you big, come over that your small Port Harcourt, come to Lagos. You know well. You don't even know what you're saying. Even if you watch some Nollywood movies, you will see that in the movie, they will demarcate some cities to make Lagos big. See, and I don't understand what all this is. You will see one poor person for Enugu or Onitsha or Imo State or Port Harcourt. They try. Now when he come enter bus, come go Lagos, he say you go to the city. For Lagos, you go come make up. That's marketing a city. So when he flood come the worry on that today, one I complain. You need to decongest that city. Yeah. Like, make other cities also share some glories and some benefits. In the years of NTA and other media stations, they have branches around, even if not all the 36 cities. You will see, I beg no vex, I beg. How many states get MTV? Or Hip TV? Or name those entertainment channels. How many cities have them as branches? Oh, keep your headquarters for Lagos. Just bring branch, come Warri or Port Harcourt or Bayelsa or Sokoto or somewhere. See whether your Lagos no go empty. May you see talent, may you shock. And then when you go to the Lagos and they make you feel like you just come, you need to suffer for 4 years or 10 years before you make it. Guy, you God. And you tell me, so man no value my city. The only problem is that my city no value my people. My city no even value my people.
Don't you think that is the problem?
It is a problem. That's why the voice I used to talk, now we use start
because
to talk.
When you go to Lagos, there is difference. It's like you are welcome. You see the entertainment, you see the business, you see everything moving, and then you are happy that you're in Lagos. But when you're in Port Harcourt, it's as if everybody is rejecting you. You are striving. I think somebody was here.
Yes, sometimes.
And he was against entertainment in Port Harcourt.
Not just one person.
His reasons was
that they are
They
rejecting him.
don't recognize you in Port Harcourt. They want, in fact, they even want a downfall.
They don't. Nobody wants your downfall. The only issue we have in Port Harcourt, I can tell you, take it anywhere, analyze it, and you come back and tell me that Princess Kaya, that thing you said is true. The only issue we have in Port Harcourt is crab. Have you put crabs in a bucket? Have you put crabs in a bucket?
Yeah.
Try it.
No one wants anyone to climb and
No crab. One made the next one go. You know, in fact, the worst part, if you study it very well, you see some crab, then go carry some crab for head. Like say the one man go. I seen touch that up of the bucket. They go drag out.
so why is that?
That's what I'm coming. I don't even bring the example. Come, calm down. I tell you. Now, those crab, the issue they have is that in fact, the whole bucket no other way out. Only the way out. Now, the explanation of that particular example is this. In Port Harcourt, how many investors in entertainment do we have? If they reach 5, five big o.
Don't you think?
Hold on now. Hold on.
Investors look.
Hold on first. They are not much. The few that they are seeing, people go die with you because don't forget I told you we have enough talents here. Lagos get talent. Sorry, men don't notice.
Lagos has talent.
They don't get. I beg. They don't get. See how many talents in Port Harcourt. Okay, if it's like I'm talking about my city that much. Go Calabar. Because you go to say Calabar don't die. Calabar used to have the biggest festival. Before Donald Duke left. Calabar used to go Calabar. Go Bayelsa. I have a boy that stayed with me that I brought from Bayelsa to stay with me. That I don't want to mention his name for very obvious reasons. Right? Today is big. Because he left Bayelsa to Bayelsa. Go Bayelsa Talents Day. Go Kanu, go Sokoto, go Kwara. There are talents in other cities in Nigeria. But let's talk about Port Harcourt, right? Do you know that just because we have very few investors, people they do people juju just to get investor attention in a particular city because their investors no plenty. Do they drag the investors? He said, see, some persons came to me shamelessly. They asked me, when they hear about you again, when they see you, and I said, where? Because for crying out loud, currently now, it's a digital world. So if you want to see somebody, there are places you need to see very well. Is that you see the person for blue film, or is it or you see the person for your backyard? Or you know, do you understand? But where? I bet when they see for show, I say show. First and foremost, I have paid my dues. Google the name Princess Hezekiah. Go into my industry as comedy and ask people. There are 2 things they will tell you. He's very stubborn. He doesn't want to leave Port Harcourt. Apart from any other thing, they will tell you, these 2 things, major. He don't want to leave Port Harcourt. He love his state well. He believes his state go make him blow. But I think my state go abroad. So which means your state no mean, because I cannot leave my state and come to your state and call a prodigal son, start afresh. No, if that one good for you, my brother. If the day the House of Assembly of Rivers State, the government of Rivers State will take entertainment as a priority, the ones who don't come out for Rivers State say go come back. Go to Asaba and see how many of Rivers indigenes are suffering. Because they want show for Nollywood as superstar. I don't want to talk about Lagos. I talk about Asaba here, will be our own Niger Delta State. We have talents here that are finding their way. As we're talking now, this year, before this year end, new graduates will come out from theater arts of different university campuses. where did they go? So they will come fight you. We get name already. You don't watch wrestling. You don't watch WrestleMania. You don't Andrew the Giant. Everybody go unite, come out to you for 3 weeks before they fight themselves. That's how it is. As funny as it may sound, but it's painful. How many investors do we have here? But if the government comes in the way they do in Lagos, how many governors, how many government people where you know for Lagos? If not be say Desmond Elliot be the act, if I know say be assembly member, how many, they don't even know them. But here, the entertainers, now be the popular people. Now the politicians now be celebrity. because you cannot eat them born you well. How you want to take fight?
Strong punchline.
Oh, guys, not a punchline. I they say like content. And they tell you the truth as an indigene here. It's painful. It's annoying. We have 23 local government. 23, not 4, not 5, 23.
So now,
each of the local governments in Rivers State is enough to develop more than 5 states. By talent, by agriculture, by everything. But politicians will not put eye there.
so now let me ask you.
It's annoying.
Let me ask you. With this passion for your states, with this passion for entertainment in River States, what have you done? Or what are you looking at doing to make sure that government looks in the direction of entertainers?
Okay, so we've done protests. It didn't work. Because if you know Rivers politics, you will understand when I was talking earlier before we got to entertainment in this podcast, I talked about why I decided not to involve myself in politics. I know where I come from. We may not be the majority when it comes to voting strength as per Calabaris, right? But when it comes to decision making, fighting for their rights, echoing their voice, and their capacity when it comes to education and all that, we're very big. So if you come out and you are a popular face and you decide to come from the angle where I'm coming from, and you delve into politics, you're putting your life into risk. You're trying to risk your life. So I decided to be who I will be and who I am, not because I am scared of anybody. Of course, whoever knows me very well. I'm not scared of anybody. I'm only scared of God, who can make me sleep today and not breathe tomorrow anymore, right? But I also have that belief that someday this state of ours will improve and make it big. Yes, I know why I'm saying that. Before Canary Reef, there was Riverfest. Riverfest was absolutely dependent on culture and masquerade. Canary Reef, during Amechi, came and transformed it into culture and talent, which is entertainment infused and all that, and carnival and all that. I strongly believe that there will be a government, maybe that I would not hold or would not, but I strongly believe that there will be a government that will come.
Next governor.
It's possible. I've heard of a lot of politicians who are good, but they've not been given the opportunity. I've heard that a lot. I don't know who will be the next governor, but I just believe. And I pray. Because sometimes we say these things in public, it doesn't get to them. So I don't know where this podcast will reach. If this podcast will get to whoever will become the next governor of Rivers State, Oga, your biggest revenue, no be who goes you. I tell you the truth. Your biggest revenue is entertainment. Because so far, what has kept the peace amongst the youths in Rivers State that I have personally done some serious study about is betting.
Gamble.
Betting is gambling. Betting that took them, like, reduce the insecurity to a very drastic limit. Betting.
Cyber fraud.
Entertainment. Yahoo.
Okay, I speak English.
It concern you now. Talk to why they go here. Do you understand? And the one that is top, Oga boy, I dey follow one politician for back. You see somebody so native.
Starch
Native way in your gas self no get. Go so native. River said, why? He said, are you insulting us? We don't joke with stash. we don't joke with stash. Stash is becoming our culture now. You stash. Boxers, stash, shoe. They stash shoe. They stash boxers. They stash.
Shoe that go hand.
No, the good part of rivers, any rivers indigenous, I don't care whether Ogoni o, Kwere o, Kalabari o, Okrika o, Andoni o, Omoku o, anywhere, I don't care. What I know is that, you see river states, any indigenous of river state, they are very clean. No, we need a dirty. We need a dirty.
They be like,
we clean. We feel dirty from Monday to Thursday. See weekend, they craze. You're mad. We dey clean, no. So we dey stash rich where in case fight happen. You naked us. You go shock you box and stash. You come on shoe, stock and stash. So boy, this guy is stashing. He stashed up. Even we dey shock people. So we're that clean. What am I trying to say? They will dress well and deceive you. And you will not say, this guy na chairman, honorable, I'm lawyer. Na lie. Now, guy boy. And it's a peak to them, like it's one of the biggest achievement to them. Say, you want to take me play, are they close to so honorable? This is come on. Meanwhile, that person look deep. The person has entrepreneurial ideas. The person has graduates. The person has certificate as a graduate. The person has, experience as a field worker or someone who has done handwork before or something. Or the person has talent. But because everybody likes trend, they will abandon all these good parts that I've mentioned that are legitimate, and they will pursue and lawyers just to trend. Make people see their face. Say for camera, see me that type of Facebook. I mean, they in corner. I mean, be Oga boy. At the end of the day, Oga. If tomorrow, because the annoying part of politicians that I don't like is that they will insult each other in public. They will fight each other in public. The day they will settle, tell you.
Okay, so let me cut it from there. We'll have like 5 minutes left to round up. So, final words for the entertainment industry in Port Harcourt, the politicians, and of course the youth. Let's hear from you. Final words to them. We're talking about making Port Harcourt better. So, what are the words you can give out to these people from your perspective that can improve the living and the existence and proficiency of the entertainment industry in Port Harcourt?
Entertainment industry.
Politics. Government.
I'm not a politician.
Government. But you receive the governance.
No, when you say I should advise politicians.
No advice. Words. What do you think if you were to be in that position?
In which position?
Governing.
Wow. Wow. Cheers.
I beg, leave me alone. That was last day.
All right. So for me, all right. Governance is about the people. That's what I studied. Democracy, it's about the government of
the people, for the people,
and of the people. So it's about the people generally. So if you come from a place where in a family of, let's say, 10, you are the breadwinner, and 2 persons are made, and the rest are not made, Oga, you are a poor man. I don't care how much you have. Do you understand? And like, here's what Wike will always say, politics is first local. Maybe because he has been a local government chairman before. But that word, I went back and I thought about it. Like, I pondered upon that word and I discovered that it is true. Holding federal government responsible is not an issue. But have you ever thought of holding the man you know responsible? Because allocation gets to that person.
Someone said that to you in this podcast. I think Ibim Isaac said the same thing.
Have you ever thought of, like, okay, instead of all protesting, it's more easier, it's cheaper for you to go protest. Nigeria must go, Tinubu must this. I don't care what Tinubu is doing, whether in the misbehave or whether in the, no concern me. Your brother, because we can be so religious minded and sentimental in this country. Somebody in your family is misbehaving, no concern you. Now the outside our own. Now you know. That your brother will be local government council or chairman. He don't go protest, go in the mud before. And ask him how much in the collect. We should start our development from the grassroots. We should start holding on to those that we know first, because as I speak now, I'm from Rivers State, but I may not know everybody in Rivers State when it comes to individual names. But I know the people in the ward where I come from. Face, name, numbers. If everybody take this as an assignment, Nigeria will better small or maybe to a very huge percentage.
Okay.
Do you get? So I think that's the first point of call. Then talking about entertainment, Oga, I have told you and I'll keep saying it. You people in Rivers State should start thinking of how to appreciate, because one of the things we lack as comedians that musicians get at ease that we don't get is investors. How they get the investors, we don't know. But comedians do not get the kind of investor that musicians get. I don't want to start mentioning names that have done well as long as comedy is concerned, but I know I'm one of those that laid the floor. When people were relocating from the city, I decided not to relocate, and I did things to challenge. That's why Lagos will always tell you that guy with a vex for her. Yes, I know, no problem. Now my state. Mona, wait. Any year where my state government realized, we did Burna Boy homecoming in 2021, and Wike, after our performances, gave out 30 million to every performer. There were about 18 or 20 of us then. I can categorically tell you that thing spanned a lot of controversies, and at the same time, it put us on the map. That's why I don't joke with Burna Boy. Because no be my name, we bring that platform, we bring that thing. Do you understand? Somebody decided to push beyond the bricks and the limits of Rivers State, yeah? So some persons will come and tell you, this is where a lot of people do not agree with me. Some persons will come and tell you, leave your comfort zone. Abraham left his father, and you, Joe Witness, listen to me.
Okay.
Somebody will come and tell you, Abraham left his mother, his father, and moved out of his place, and he made it. But they did not tell you that Solomon made it in his father's house. Because Bible, now the same thing go tell you, slap your neighbor. Now the same Bible go say, receive slap from your neighbor. So it doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
Somebody can decide to make it. Maybe his destiny is to make it out there. And that person's destiny may be that he made it within his confines, or he's an encouragement When other people see him, they say, if this person there,
Before.
let me say, we serve, we go fit make am for here.
Yeah.
You get? So, for entertainment, as long as River State Entertainment is concerned, we have been thriving, but we need an expansion and believe in the numbers of investors, sponsors, attendees that we have, because one of the fights we have now is if in comedy, table tickets, our time table ticket no day. It's just VIP and regular. Now there is table ticket. And Riverside has proud people to a point that if you don't go their office or their house, go knock, they come buy table for gates. Nobody they come say, hello, I want to buy 2 tables. How much is it for gates? Nobody. You will go there, them get pride. And now people they drag table ticket buyers for River State. Them few tell me the biggest hall or the venue in River State, pass 5,000 or 6,000 seater. And the people they buy table for River State with even the reduced amount, as annoying as it may sound, somebody now won't sell table to architect now. Architect, no be you, like example. Table now 1 million, you come buy am for 300,000. You go see that. I die good. Die matter choke. People see they drag that out, because let me tell you, from their own angle, you go there in a year. That's why sometimes some of my friends that I know, they will tell you say that they find them difficult to expose their
Contact.
not contact, like some of their activities on social media. Because once they know say you get money, you go buy table. I imagine waiting all those people nowadays for a calendar year, they get like 15 comedy shows. Because
So
come on,
you buy
there are no music
comedy
shows. Now comedy shows
buy
I played in now.
15 comedy
So you go imagine 1 million, 15 million.
So what are they gaining from?
You they talk from business. I didn't like this thing. What do you mean? What are you gaining from? You go enjoy yourself for show. You they ask of what are you gaining from? What did they gain from? Laughter, humor, to cure your BP because we don't know. You don't check yourself. You cure your BP, cure everything. You get that. Except you want to do business with the person as investor, you can ask that question. If I give you 10 billion now, what am I gaining? What am I gaining from?
Wait till they come back.
From table we buy 1 million. That's what I gaining from. No, that's trip for you, for your table. Before you know, say you dey gain something for your table. I'm trying to tell you that people who patronize, they are very limited.
Okay.
Limited number of people patronize our comedy shows because table system has been introduced. Okay. Do you get? So people they drag. I serious. I tell you the truth. They drag them
For free.
Then another person, another comedian, they say, "He don't drag my chairman. I don't come buy my table for my show." For my show, they don't drag my chairman. Now I don't go grill. He knows I be Ogoni person.
So now,
he knows I be Anthony person. He knows I be Calabari person.
Don't you think? Don't you think that is a problem with entertainment in River State?
That's what I said it here, that if government, do you know there was a time in this country when after 2023 election, was it 2024?
Yeah.
That information came that Tinubu government has invested so number of billions, so amount of billions in entertainment. Oga, can you assess it? Let me offend you the most. Do you know that majority of people that assess that money, if it existed, are not in entertainment industry?
Sad.
You get talent. You dey see person wey no get talent, girlfriend, you go Dubai. Through your talent investment. And you say somebody go do Yahoo, they vex for him. Well, I hate Yahoo. I don't like Yahoo. But
Why you laugh?
no, I'm just saying
Okay.
that I hate Yahoo. But isn't wrong.
Go the but.
But because they said give the devil a what how they put on benefit to allow devil make himself doubt, right? So I don't like those things. But if you with the government give room, because how do you this drink now, for example, now checkmate whether the drink good or not. We don't die for your hand here. All of us there don't die. Police will come catch you. Abi, fine. So you need to. I am giving XYZ amount of money into this industry and pumping it in. You need to checkmate. You need to put in followership, monitoring group to observe team to observe how it is being dispatched and how they use them.
So yeah, what you're saying now is government should look into entertainment.
If
I'm
Nigerian
for-
government,
I'm
especially
for-
Rivers State government, do not look into entertainment in the nearest future, I bet them one day an entertainer will become a governor of Rivers State. Can be 50 years from now, can be 500 years from now, but they will regret. The money wey Burna Boy get alone, they will regret. Tap in from now. Start investing in the ones that you know that are closer to you now. Forget about President Hezekiah. I know say, and I was saying they talk because he want make them invest in now. No wahala, no invest in me, no worry. Invest in the one they close to you first. Start now. This podcast that they do now, in case you see the podcast, invest in this podcast too, because for them to do and make you see me, to tell you this truth, invest. Because in the nearest future, e go do like film. E go do you like film. Because as we speak right now, many years back, what we're doing now, na only NTA get the right to dey do am. Dem tell you say podcast go fit do am, you no believe. If they had told you that there will be a time, shout out to Olusegun Obasanjo for allowing us to use mobile phone. If they tell you say now, many years down the line, you will get everything on your phone.
Just a click.
Yes, at the comfort of your home. You will not believe. Today, people don't turn. Start now to invest in entertainers. Especially comedians. Yeah, I can speak for my industry. I dey sing, I be musician. I started as a musician first. But I talk about comedy will bring me out. So
Focus on comedy. So
Okay.
the government should invest in the entertainment industry. Hezekiah is saying specifically the comedy industry, but it still cuts across others. Music and all whatnot. Talent, invest in them. Support them. Because they are the frontier to a better generation and of course a better society. Okay, it is another episode right here. Of course, we enjoyed this all with all the engagements, all the facts. Well, unleashed from the stables of Prince Hezekiah. You talk about CB, where you like it or doesn't to your CB. So I'm sure you all can deal with that and do the right thing for yourselves. I'm called VJ Presh, the inimitable, the only kind of mankind. And stay glued, always subscribe to the channel on YouTube, Facebook, and of course other social media platforms. Beyond the Bricks on Eastern Showcase. We're here to give the best. Remember, this is powered by Civil Shelters. Thank you so much for watching. Until next, stay with the soundness of mind in the brave world. Bye for now.